Talking about Jurassic Park, baby. Oh my God. Jesus hell. This is another one that just like ever since I was a kid, man. Ever since I was a kid, this movie just always got to me. And I remember being a kid. I remember being a kid watching all the making of documentaries on Discovery Channel and TLC, and like I always saw like Steven Spielberg, director. I didn't know what the fuck it meant, but like I just kind of saw that he was the guy who talked the most, right? Who did all that. So, I knew that I knew the name Steven Spielberg. I knew the title of a director, but I remember I was born in 1988, so just before the 90s. Um, Still Dead, Nedry Dirty. I don't know, man. Nedry kind of sucks. But yeah, Jurassic Park. I saw this, and again, I remember this so vividly because I saw it the Sunday that it came out. My dad had promised me that we were going to go see it opening weekend, but he got super drunk the night before. So the next day, I'm like, wake up. I jump straight to his bed, and I jump until he gets up, and he's super hungover. He's like, oh, okay, fuck, we'll go see the movie. He gets up, goes to the bathroom, throws up, takes a shower. Within 20 minutes, we're out, and then like God, I just remember the magic of it, man. Just the absolute magic of it. It really it's a movie that instantly communicates to a little kid like the power and the magic of cinema. Because yeah, I mean, who doesn't watch that movie and for like 2 hours believe that there are dinosaurs on this earth, you know? And when you're a little kid like me, who I mean, all little kids love dinosaurs, right? But you know, when you love dinosaurs, and then not only are you given this super like great experience of seeing them come to life, as you get older you kind of come to appreciate the thematic work, the character work here. Jurassic Park, it's one of the things that I really dislike about a lot of cinema culture, especially when it comes to like, I guess you could say like outside of the sort of mainstream and shit like that. When it comes to that, there's a lot of disrespect and a lot of hatred towards action movies, big budget movies. And I mean, a lot of that is earned, right? But the thing is, you can't create a world like Jurassic Park without a shit ton of fucking money. Like that's it, And we could fucking pontificate and sit around and pick apart like, oh, true cinema, true that, whatnot. True cinema isn't like serious cinema, Like it's like as a musician, one of my biggest pet peeves among people is motherfuckers who are just like, oh, I only listen to Radiohead. It's like, dude, I mean, Radiohead rules, but like, if you only listen to like depressing ass fucking like music because that's like that's the only kind of music that Pitchfork tells you need to like check out, like you're missing out on like pop music and like world music. Like, fundamentally a song is meant to get you to shake your ass. That's what music was made for, to get us to get up off of our seats and shake our asses together. That is the foundational, primal purpose and reason why music exists, right? And just like that, film is meant to like transform, right? It's meant to immerse you. It's meant to make you believe and lose yourself into the world that is presenting for you, and to do this like this is peak cinema, not in the sense of quality, but this is like the maximalist of what all that shit can do, um good shit, Lucifer, thank you very much. I told you guys it was going to be a weird one. But yeah, like Jurassic Park is a movie that not only gives you this great journey, but it's also a great exploration of hubris, of greed, of science, a celebration of science. That's the thing. There's that meme going on that a lot of people think that Jurassic Park is a parable about the follies of science, but the science went like fantastically well. It's capitalism that fucked it up, and that's at the core of this movie. The main bad guy is a capitalist who misunderstands and doesn't appreciate what he has, So let's see. uh Goldblum and Dern weren't acting in that water droplet scene. She barely held it together. I didn't know that. That's crazy. No, but I mean, it's simple things like that. That's sort of the great part of Jurassic Park is that yes, it gives you the big CGI dinosaurs and all these fantastical fucking practical effects, but goddamn, one of the most memorable fucking things is that little drop, or not the droplet of water. I'm sorry, that is a good one too. But the water cup, the rings in the water cup with the T-Rex stomping, like the fact that this movie is able to give you great characters, great adventure, great story, great spectacle in the large sense, and also just great suspense with simplicity, just kind of goes to show you that this is everything that's great about cinema, and especially everything great about high budget blockbuster filmmaking and all that. And like it's a movie that also for me has subtle foreshadowing with the seatbelts on the helicopter. Oh yeah, at the beginning, huh? Because he has the two female. That's a good one. Let me see. Uh, I saw the. Oh, let me see. Let's go over here. Talking about Spielberg, Jaws is just a classic summertime movie, and I am thinking about watching the Meg. I love Jaws and all that, but for me, Jaws was a movie that I watched like on TV in a weird way. Like I've seen Jaws many times, but I've never actually owned it because it was always on TV when I was a kid. To the bullshit, dude. The Beast of the Southern Wild soundtrack, like it's show it to your kids. They'll probably like it because it is really whimsical. You saw the Jurassic Park for the first time in 2021. What was that like, Code? I'm kind of curious about that. Need to know what won you over about the Green Knight because I watched it with my girlfriend and came up really short. I'll do that later. Yeah, yeah. Oh, I'm gonna split these up into segments. So you'll see them as they go on. Yeah. But yeah, like there's not much I can really add to the conversation when it comes to Jurassic Park. It's just a fucking instant classic. It was a classic the minute that it was made, you know? And even more impressive is that Spielberg directed this while he was making Schindler's List. Like he made one of his most crowd pleasing, blockbuster, fun, rollicking adventures while also telling one of the most like harrowing portrayals of World War II, and the Holocaust and all that. So the fact that he was able to put this out, and I think it's telling. Like I think he needed this. I think he needed to make a movie like this because he was, because he was living in the world of the Holocaust, and he is Jewish, so I can't imagine that like that must have been super heavy for him. So I'm glad that he had Jurassic Park. I'm sure he needed that, and I'm glad that he made it. I'm glad that I mean, don't get me wrong. I would love to see James Cameron's take on Jurassic Park, but even he said that Spielberg was the right one because yeah, dinosaurs are for kids. You know, fundamentally, you're never gonna love dinosaurs more than when you're like 4 to 6 years old. Like my nieces and nephews, that's like my thing. Like I was such a Jurassic Park fan that like when they were like little, like I would show them like little scenes here or there, and then my niece Scarlett, like I don't know if it's still her favorite movie, but we used to watch the Battle at Big Rock together, the little short film on YouTube, and she loved it so much because like she was like the girl at the end, like she shoots the baryonyx in the eye with a little toy god, what, bolt gun, or a little arrow or whatever. And my little niece Scarlett goes like, Uncle Ed, I'm like her because I'm brave. And I'm like, you're right, Scarlett, you are very brave. And it just kind of takes me back to being a kid and thinking Ian Malcolm was like the coolest fucking dude. This is what I meant earlier, where my entire life I think I've built my personality around two fictional characters. One of those being Donnie Darko, and the other one being Ian Malcolm. I wear a lot of black, not right now because I just wanted to switch things up a little bit. But I like to wear a lot of black. I like to be a little sardonic, and I like smart shit. I just don't like to make it sound like smart shit. And yeah, like Ian Malcolm is one of the greatest characters. I mean, this whole movie is full of fantastic characters, but for someone who was like me, 4 or 5 years old, super impressionable, like having Ian Malcolm be like, hey, you can be smart and fucking badass. I'm like, yeah, I want to be smart and badass, and here we are. It was pretty good. I like the sequels too, man. I mean, Dominion is Uh, Stay tuned for Dominion because I am making a top 10 worst movies I've ever seen like in 2 weeks. So that's gonna be the next one. But yeah, I love the sequels. I don't know if you were here at the beginning, but I did put the Lost World Jurassic Park in my honorable mentions before I got into my top 10. Saw Jurassic Park in a really cool old style theater in the middle of town, like 100 seats or something. It's really great to watch it in an intimate setting like that. Yeah, definitely. I saw it in the theater, but the Lost World Jurassic Park, we saw that at a drive-in. You know it, Lindsay. I wasn't the biggest fan of Jurassic World in its sequel because the characters weren't as interesting, but I did like Dominion because it brought the old. I if I ever make I'm gonna make movies I love that everybody else hates list someday, and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom is definitely gonna be on there because look, I'm never gonna say that Fallen Kingdom is well written because it's not. It's one of the worst fucking scripts that's ever been produced. But goddamn, J.A. Bayona just directs the fuck out of that shitty script. That guy manages to like up there with like Spielberg. Some of the best fucking set pieces, action sequences in the entire series are in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. And again, I will not disagree with anyone who says that script sucks because it totally does. But again, a bad script, a script is not a movie. A movie is not a script. A movie is a movie. A script can fail and everything else can go right. And that's Fallen Kingdom. Bad script, fucking executed way better than it deserved to be, in my opinion. For the longest time, I assumed Jeff Goldblum was the main star of Jurassic Park because I always heard people talk about him. So I was surprised when Sam Neill was the main guy. That's the thing. That's the thing about Ian Malcolm is that he's such a great character that even though he's not the main character of Jurassic Park, that's the one everybody loves. I've always wanted to be like Ian Malcolm for Halloween. Maybe I'll do it this year. I even like Jurassic Park 3. It might be biased because William H. Macy's one of my favorite actors. Oh, well, stay tuned. But let me see. Macy's one of my favorite actors. I like Jurassic Park 3 because it's a B movie. And it's a B movie in the Jurassic Park world that's over in 90 minutes. It's not a movie that should be taken seriously. That's a movie that I like to watch when I'm really drunk and high, you know? Don't get that. Dude, that's the thing. I have a little bit of that. I have a little bit of that to some extent. But Dominion, like, it just locusts, locusts. Here, my top 10 I like that, man. That's a good one. Felt like No Way Home of the Jurassic Park franchise because it was a crossover between the two casts. There's a video essay I'm gonna make one day about how like the Jurassic World trilogy and Disney Star Wars trilogy, they are literal parallels. You know, your first movie is kind of like a nostalgic throwback. Your second movie is directed by an art house. If you guys saw my Dark Middle chapters, you see me go into this a little bit, but Jurassic World Dominion surprised me because it's so much like Rise of Skywalker. And when I make my top 10 worst movies of all time, Dominion's going to be on there, and so is Rise of Skywalker. Spoilers, for very similar reasons. But I'll get there when I get there. I like the lore too. I've read the books. I have the big fat Barnes and Noble hard shell with the nice red bookmark and all that. I haven't read The Lost World since I was a kid, but I've read Jurassic Park a few times, and that's a great one. But yeah, that's it for Jurassic Park. We're getting here to the top 3 now. Jurassic Park is a fun little popcorn movie and all that, but we're gonna start getting to some heavy stuff. Not too heavy. We're not Lars von Trier, Michael Haneke is not on this list, but if you know this one, you'll know what I mean.